Да, да, да. Ты, пацаны, сюда!
All right, y'all, welcome back to Common Arms channel. Okay, so today we're checking out a video from the Kraken unit. Now, this looks to be them doing some operations inside of Chasiv Yar, which I guess is like a small city kind of outside of Bakhmut. Now, it's only 15 minutes long, but I've clicked through it and it looks like super crazy, like very, very urban combat. It's very kind of like CQB focused. And again, just kind of like seeing the rubble and the destruction of these buildings just kind of stresses me out and gets my CQB brain working, kind of how you would even, approach some of these buildings, especially when you don't have like traditional walls or like kind of doorways where you have like traditional danger areas. Now you just have holes blown in the walls, like the ceilings aren't even there sometimes. So there's a lot of things that just make it so much more of a pain in the butt to deal with when you're kind of trying to focus on covering danger areas and you just have all these openings and stuff that people can be shooting you from. So it's going to be an interesting video. I know a lot of y'all have recommended this one to me, and we haven't checked out anything from Kraken too recently, so I want to check this one out. So let's do it. I mean, it's so weird to see like the drones being used as like drama shots nowadays too. Ooh. Yikes. Again, look at this. Look at the state of those buildings. Also, like, being mechanized infantry trying to go through these roads, that'd be stress. Not just because of landmines, but because of just the obstacles in the road. Interesting vehicle. I'm not sure we've seen this type of vehicle before. These guys always look so high speed, though. Oh damn, they're already coming under artillery fire?
Виход. Бульдог візьми! Передай бульдог туди далі.
So pretty small team here, maybe like a squad size. Golly, dude. Yeah, I'm wondering where the enemy is at, if they're already kind of taking fire. I'd imagine they aren't too close right now. I mean, they're not going to insert too close to the enemy as well, but... Damn, that's a nice little patrol base right there. They can set up. Again, there's not too many of them, so they don't need like that big of a space, but... Again, you don't want to be in too small of a space to where if it starts getting hit by indirect fire and starts crumbling down, you don't have like adjacent rooms to move to if you need to. Damn, dude. Nice. So that's a Bulldog, right? Nice rifle setup. Is that like a CZ or something? Like a Bren?
Патроны есть.
Look at that, dude. You can't even like, you can't even walk through that. So like you can get some firing positions set up inside of the buildings to hit out for sure, but like maneuvering through, it's not necessarily going to be about that. What rifle is that? He's got a scar. This dude. Oh, okay. Not a rifle at all. What is that? Is that like an MG4 or something? With the color and everything, it looked like one of the newer MG4s, which if that's the case, these guys have some nice money, or they got provided that from like Germany or something. Oh damn, okay, so that building was a lot higher than I thought. It's so awesome you can use like anti-tank munitions inside of buildings now, because before, back in the day, like the backblast was a huge consideration, and that was not nearly as feasible. Dude, he's like, he just got hit with that and he's still able to like understand and provide direction for him to throw tourniquets on. Damn, when they get hit by like an RPG or something? Oh, seeing the medical care too. I love seeing that in the videos. I mean, it's not ideal to have them need it, of course, but it really gives us like that much more insight as to how these guys are being taken care of and stuff. Because I've been very, very impressed by the medical care. Not necessarily the medical care, but like the medics themselves and the medical personnel. I guess that's one and the same as medical care, but yeah, they're very, very level-headed. And I think a lot of them have like prior medical experience, which kind of makes sense. Look how clear that is. That's so insane. Just like a little screen like that, and they have that much clarity with these operations. Damn, did that used to be like a running track? Kind of looks like it. If that's the case, that's depressing. Sleeping. Damn, and these guys always have like a lot of anti-tank and like grenade launcher munitions with them. Of course, if you have access, absolutely, I would be carrying like at least one of those, regardless of how cumbersome it might be. Okay, yes. Yeah, okay, so these guys have no kidding, dude. I wonder where these guys get their equipment from, where they're funding. They seem much better equipped than a lot of the forces we're seeing. I know they are technically like a special operations kind of unit, but with their history, again, I don't know like necessarily if it's categorized as such, but I mean, I guess you can just go ahead and call it that already, given by the amount of operations these guys put themselves in. These are very special operations looking missions for sure. So that kind of makes sense. Look at that, they're just salvaging this 50 cal. It's good thinking. DJI Mavic Mini or something. It's so weird. It's like this is a drone that I've used in my videos just to kind of do my goofy skits and whatnot. And these guys are using it to recon this urban battlescape.
Тут нормально говорит. Передаю привет только викингу с Часова Яра. У меня все хорошо, я в шапке ебашу. Похуй.
As weird as it sounds, like you can also tell when the ammunition is expensive just by how it like sounds when it hits together.
Ну, получили пизду, и съебались.
I don't know if you guys will know what I mean at all, but
Смотри, с левой стороны В районе 5-6 пидоров перебежали к дому. Да.
Yeah, it's like nobody's really using like an AK or anything here. It seems like they all have their own kind of personal setups that are working pretty solid for them.
Если не видишь, не работай. Держи.
Nice. So he's basically saying like, hey, don't waste your ammo if you don't have like an actual target in your sights. At the same time, like this is something that a lot of infantrymen kind of struggle with is they'll just shoot to shoot, like kind of shoot to suppress, which sometimes is like helpful, especially if you're covering somebody when they're moving. But at the same time, if nobody was looking your direction and you're just kind of shooting to shoot anyway, then they're going to start looking in your direction. If, you know, they're not actively being suppressed, they're going to start looking in your direction and they might start seeing that movement as well. So sometimes it's better to cover and shoot to do that. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's better off just kind of, you know, moving or not giving away your position just to kind of shoot. Which, it's a tricky balance. It kind of comes with like experience, but also just understanding like the specific firefight that you're in at that moment, especially with the terrain and whatnot. It doesn't seem like these guys have been engaged so much. So I think that's kind of why he's saying like don't shoot if you don't see anything, because then they're going to know that we're up here. And we want to kind of have the drop on them. Whoa, that was a fucking huge round. He's saying, oh yeah, he's saying he's wounded. Fuck, dude. He's trying so hard to get that out. Fucking hell, dude. That was such shitty timing too. Fucking hell. Hope he's gonna be alright. I don't. It wasn't like right on. He was basically right on top of him, and that was a big munition. So I don't know. Alright, fuck yeah, dude. I love how they put that in the video. Good shit. That's exactly like what I'm trying to see. Making sure those guys are okay. Ah, fuck, dude, that was so close. Just, the concussion of that alone would just put you so far out of it. Damn, dude. Yeah, man, dude, like that was like a tight stairwell and he was able to employ that without worrying about the back blast. Oh, I love seeing these. That's insane. Like a little sketchy, but just employing that from the small little window there. Oh, the anti-personnel round. Nice. I'm glad these guys have some solid equipment, whether it be donated or otherwise. You can see, like, if you're the enemy going against these guys and, you know, you're being hit with these munitions, you'd be like, dude, who are we going against here? Because it's not just, you know, having it, it's these guys using it, knowing how to use it, when to use it. Damn, dude. Fucking hell. Dude, that's gotta be such a shitty fucking feeling. Like, you're trying to guide them on, you're like kind of, you know, making the movements, making the noise to kind of show them where to run to. And again, when you have that much equipment, there's only so fast you can run. You can run pretty fast, especially, you know, if you're getting shot at, you're gonna be running faster. But dude, just seeing them take rounds like that, especially seeing them like hit the ground around them, and then this guy trying to figure out like how to process it, because that's a shitty thing to see. You know, your buddy's getting hit with machine gun fire like that, but at the same time, like it sucks because now if you haven't identified where the shooter actually is, now you need to kind of figure out how you can get these guys to safety. Fuck, dude, I hope they're okay. Oh, they got smoked. Good stuff. Oh, they got hit from that side. Yeah, I didn't even see that. Oh, that was the second dude? Oh, dude, that's so scary. Fuck, man, I hope he was okay. Shit, dude. Good situational awareness, though. I'm not sure if he saw the impacts of the rounds and kind of judging the direction, or if he just kind of knew the direction of where the enemy was, or somebody else spotted it, but yeah, knowing where to employ that smoke is huge. Literal hell, dude. Fucking hell, what was that? FPV? Damn, the amount of shit these guys are getting into is unreal.
Суми по нам ебало FPV, мы цели. Святоматы герой! Святоматы герой! Найкраще, бля.
Just seeing how they interact with each other, like the communication, or just lack of communication, which also kind of shows how much they've trained together and whatnot. And just like how they're moving themselves, you can see there's not like that much direction, but everybody kind of knows where to put themselves, and they know how to find a job.
Блять, лампочка перегорела, походу.
Oh, shit. That was fucking insane, dude. I did not expect to see those dudes getting hit. That sucks. I really hope that they're okay, though. I don't know if the description or anything. If you guys know, definitely let me know, because that's always what I'd like to see. We kind of saw it a little bit earlier in this video, but kind of verifying that those guys did make it out okay. But again, it was kind of hard to see, and I don't want to necessarily just keep replaying the dudes getting hit with machine gun fire, obviously. So if you guys know that, definitely let me know. I appreciate it. Again, every time we see Kraken, I'm always impressed, not only by like the equipment that they have, and I guess funding or donations that they got, or just the amount of stuff they were able to acquire for use in their operations. Not only that, but also like, again, the tactics and the professionalism and how they communicate and what they decide to communicate. And also just, again, how level-headed they are during all of this. Like, you have people who are getting hit and they're immediately kind of instructing to get tourniquet, or they're calling out that they're injured. And there are certain things that kind of come with experience, but obviously if you've never been hit with like artillery, or if you've never been injured, if you've never been shot or something, and you're kind of calling for that, it just goes to show like the nerves, the level-headedness that they have, not necessarily the experience. You can kind of see and judge the experience in other ways, just in kind of how they manipulate their weapons, or where they decide to move, or again, kind of like we saw there where the dude was like, hey, don't shoot unless you actually see a target. So that kind of comes with experience, but certain things just kind of goes to show like how tough these guys are and the quality of fighters that we're seeing in this specific unit. But yeah, Kraken, again, always does some really insane operations. I say insane, but like it looks like it's not even something that you would expect to see in like a video game. And especially with the environments that these guys are actually fighting in, with all these broken down buildings and just being hit by artillery fire, mortar fire like the entire time. Yeah, it's unreal to see. If you guys have any other videos from Kraken that I haven't checked out yet that you'd like to recommend, definitely send that down below. But there are a lot of Ukrainian units that kind of have their own YouTube channels, and it's awesome to be able to kind of check them all out. The Kraken channel right now has 116,000 subscribers, which is kind of surprising because, again, seeing all the stuff that they're getting into, we kind of see that there's a lot of units who have their own YouTube channels. So I'm trying to subscribe to all of them. And while I try to subscribe to all of them, sometimes I don't get all of the notifications, or I just don't get notified of like certain videos. So I do appreciate you guys sending them my way so we can still check it out and have some highlight or some spotlight on those. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm only kind of providing my commentary from like my experience in the military, but also mostly just like in the infantry, and kind of the training that I've gone to. But you guys have a wealth of experience as well, and I'm always super grateful to be able to hear that and get that feedback from all of y'all. So definitely feel free to continue doing that down in the comment section, because I love it, and I think all the other members of the community love that as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was it for this video. I'll see you on the next one.